Hello, my name is Toby. I'm your English language tutor. And in this lesson, we're going to be looking at possible questions, the kind of questions that anyone would meet at O-level exams, particularly in English language. Now, we're going to look at these questions section by section. And the first section that we're going to look at is the section we call objectives. Now, objectives, how do they look like? You're given a question and you are given options. You're given answers, possible answers. You'll be given options A, B, C, D. They're usually not more than 4. Sometimes we have more than 4, but usually they're just 4. Options A, B, C, D. Now, sometimes amongst the options you have a wrong answer. Sometimes, most times you have answers that are very close to the correct answer. Sometimes you even have the correct answer and you're expected to pick the best among all of those answers. So we're going to look today at how to pick those correct answers, appropriate answers to objective questions at the O levels. Now, the objective questions have 4 different kinds of questions. And the first type is what I call the nearly opposites. You're given a sentence, you're given a blank space, and you're supposed to fill the blank space with a word that is nearly opposite to one word in that sentence. I'll give you an example. But before then, let's just write what we're looking at today. So we're looking at objectives, and the first is the nearly opposite question. I'll read out an example. People who are normally dash often turn out to be dauntless heroes in the face of danger. Now, the word that we're supposed to find its opposite is dauntless heroes. Dauntless heroes. People who are strong, they're courageous. And so we are to find the word that is nearly opposite to that phrase, dauntless heroes. Now let's look at the options that we are given. Option A is unsteady. That's the first option. Option B is colorless. Option C is cowardly. And option D is bashful. Now, amongst these 4 options, we have the correct answer. We have the word that is nearly opposite to dauntless hero. Unsteady. Unsteady means something that is shaking, something that is not consistent, something that is not still. That cannot possibly be the nearly opposite of the phrase dauntless heroes. It cannot possibly be the nearly opposite of a word that means for someone to be strong and courageous. Colorless. Colorless means something that is not bright, something that is not interesting, it's just dull, it's boring. We have cowardly. Cowardly is the correct answer. And then we have bashful. What does bashful mean? Bashful means to be shy. Now, what does cowardly mean? Cowardly means not to be, a person that backs out of things easily. A person that cannot face hard and difficult situations. That is a cowardly person. Now, let us put that word in the sentence and see if it fits in. People who are normally cowardly often turn out to be dauntless heroes in the face of danger. That's the first example of nearly opposite. Let's look at another example. Words spoken in the heat of an argument could offend rather than dash. Words spoken in the heat of an argument could offend rather than dash. What are our options? The first option is A, pacify. B, amuse. C, inspire. And D, irritate. And so we say words spoken in the heat of an argument could offend rather than dash. The word that we're looking for, its nearly opposite word, is offend. Now, what does it mean to offend? When you make somebody angry with you, the person, that's the meaning of the word offend. When you annoy somebody, when someone is angry with you. So what word will be nearly opposite the word annoy or offend? Let's look at our options. Pacify, amuse. Amuse means to entertain somebody, to make somebody happy. Inspire. Inspire means to motivate somebody, to encourage somebody, to make somebody have new ideas. Irritate. Irritate means to make somebody uncomfortable. The person just doesn't want you around him. That's the meaning of the word irritate. Now let's go back to the first option. The first option is pacify, meaning to bring peace, meaning to make somebody happy, to make someone that is angry to stop being angry. That's the meaning of the word pacify, and that is the correct answer. Now, pacify is the word that is nearly opposite offend. Now, let's put it in the sentence and let's see if it will fit in. Words spoken in the heat of an argument could offend rather than pacify. Another kind of question that comes up under objective is called, I will tag it, best completes. We'll be given a sentence and we're told to pick the word that best completes the sentence. It is in situations like this that we have answers that are very close to the correct answer. We have good answers there, but we are not supposed to pick the good answer. That would be wrong. We are supposed to pick the best answer. That is why they say that we should pick the one that best completes the sentence. Now let's look at the options that we have here. If I dash what actually happened, I would have punished him. If I dash what actually happened, I would have punished him. What are the options that we have? A, we have had heard. B, we have had. C, we have had. And D, we have heard. Now, the best way to answer this kind of question is to put all the options in the sentence. I'll do that for you. If I had heard what actually happened, I would have punished him. If I have had what actually happened, I would have punished him. I've had means if I had taken. If I had, that means that if I had taken it long ago in the past, what actually happened, I would have punished him. Now, option B and C are not possible answers at all because they mean taking. And we cannot take a situation. This person is saying that if he had done something to a situation, you can't take a situation. So now let's look at option A and option D. Option A says, if I had heard with my ear, if I had heard what actually happened, I would have punished him. Option D says, if I have heard what actually happened, I would have punished him. Now, the best answer there is A. If I had heard. That means that if I had heard, it's past tense. If this person had heard with his ear in the past what actually happened, he would have punished him. How do we know that instead of speaking have heard, not had? How do we know that had heard is the answer? We know that had heard is the answer because we have another word there that shows us that this person is talking about a situation in the past. And so, the answer should also be in the past. If I had heard what actually happened, I would have punished him. Now, in this particular question, we are being tested for our tense in verbs, where we have present, where we have past, present, and future tense. That's what we are being tested for, tense in verb. Let's look at another options under best completes. She does not remember ever dash a tiger. She does not remember ever dash a tiger. Let's look at our options. The first option is to see. The second option is to have seen. The third option is seen. And the fourth option is having to see. Now let's look at those options. She does not remember having dash a tiger. All of the options here show us that the answer has to do with seeing with our eyes. She does not remember ever dash a tiger. The first option is she does not remember ever to see a tiger. That's not correct in that context. She does not remember ever to have seen a tiger. That is not correct in that context. She does not remember ever seeing a tiger. She does not remember having to see a tiger. The correct answer there is seen. Anytime we have ever being used like that, she does not remember ever seeing. What the kind of verb we use usually has ing, like that option that we have there, seen. She does not remember ever seeing a tiger. Now we move on to the next kind of question that we will find in the objective. And the next kind of question, they are called possible interpretations. Possible interpretations.